Welcome to Tech in the Car. This is a 2021 Audi A4 facelift model. It had a load of changes. I'm going to take you through them and take it for a drive in this video. Don't forget to smash the like button if you enjoy this video, and if you really enjoy it, then subscribe for more videos. The new A4 has had a massive change from the previous model. Most facelifts don't involve the changes that's happened on this A4, starting at the front. So you can see here, we've got a new sculpted bonnet, we've got new LED lights, all LED with these gaps between the daytime running lights, which are now on with the indicators, which look pretty cool. We've got a new front grille. This is a black edition, so it's all blacked out with a new revised front bumper. At the front here, let's not forget the new Quattro inspired vent, which is totally fake at the front. It looks really good to me, however, I know some people don't like it. This is the back of the 2021 Audi A4 facelift model, and you can see some differences. Let's start with the rear lights. They have a new design, which is very much taken from the A6 and A7, with the gaps between the LED strips and dynamic indicators on this model. It's all blacked out on the back here, so normally there'd be a chrome strip running along here, but on the black edition it's blacked out. And then we've got our 360 camera with a rear camera just there. And there's a new redesigned bumper with chrome round exhaust pipes as well. Let's look at the side of the car. So there's changes here. The bodywork has actually been changed in this facelift edition. So there's these creases here and haunches over the front wheels, and they continue all the way down the side here to the back, where you've got more haunches across the back, which make it look much more aggressive. Typically a facelift doesn't involve that kind of changes to the bodywork. It's normally just the bumpers, so that's a big change for the A4. So how much space is in the back of this car? Well, the boot has a class leading 480 litres. There's tie down points, there's netting, there's hooks, there's tons of space here. So if you are looking for a car with lots of space, the facelift A4 really gives you that. There's no problems there, as well as looking really attractive, which is a feature of this car which I like a lot. Let's talk about the trim levels. With the Technic level, it starts with 17-inch alloy wheels and a rear view camera. With the Sport edition, you get 18-inch alloy wheels, LED interior lighting, sport seats in leather, and privacy glass as standard. With the S-Line model, you get the S-Line styling, you get dynamic indicators at the back, which scroll from side to side, which are really cool. You get 19-inch alloy wheels, and you get part Alcantara and leather sport seats on the inside. With the black edition, you get piano black inlays, you get a black styling pack, and you also get a flat bottom steering wheel, and everything goes black, as you can see on this car. And then we have the Vorsprung edition, which is the top of the range, which has multicolored interior lighting, got a sunroof, it's got the driver assistance pack with cruise control, which is adaptive, lane assist, and everything else you could want as well. And then don't forget the Bang & Olufsen 3D sound system, which is 755 watts, so very, very loud, with a subwoofer as well. Let's talk about engines. The 35 gives you 150 PS of power. The 30 diesel gives you 130 PS of power. The 40 petrol and diesel gives you 204 PS of power. And the top of the range 45 gives you 265 PS of power. So it can definitely get a move on if you need it to. This of course is a saloon or a sedan for those of you in the US. It's also available as an estate or a wagon, depending on where you are in the world. If you want something faster, there's the S4 and the RS4 models available. 0 to 60 times range from 4.5 to 9.2 seconds in the standard models. Economy is between 34 and 60 miles per gallon typically. So this car can be really economical depending on how you drive it. And we'll talk about driving in a little bit. So how much space is there in the back of this A4? Let's get in and let's find out. So I've definitely got enough space for my knees. You can see quite clearly there's room here. I've got a bit of headroom. I've probably got about this much room above my head. I definitely don't feel cramped. When the door's closed, I don't feel at all cramped. So I would say this has got lots of space in the back. This seat is also quite far back as well. Move that forward a bit more like a normal person, you have even more room. So good space in the back, that's a good result. This is how much space you'll have on the back seat if you have a doggy and they get in the car. This is a new 2021 Audi A4 facelift infotainment system. It's a 10.1-inch multi-touch display. It includes all the functionality you would expect from the latest cars. It's got Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which you can tap on to go into like that. Of course, you've got your normal functions of the car. You've got shortcuts down the side here for your home screen, your radio, your music, which will let you play through Bluetooth or multimedia, USB, or through Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. your telephone connections, and then back to your navigation. It's exactly what you would expect from a modern system, and it has everything that you would want. Inside the car, we've got a really nice steering wheel with perforated leather. It's got your controls on the steering wheel, which let you navigate through the navigation system and also through the virtual cockpit. Audi's virtual cockpit is amazing. It's still amazing. It's had some updates and it's added new functionality to it, but overall it's still the best in the class, in my opinion, in terms of what's in front of you on the screen while you're driving. Then we have our buttons to control the infotainment system and the virtual cockpit. This side here will change the view on the virtual cockpit. You can then also change the positions and scroll through like this. That will allow you to also change what it's showing up there as well. On this side, we've got a shortcuts button, which will let you preset certain settings. We've got our voice control there. Down here, you can see your climate control. You can adjust whether it's coming out the window or to your feet or to your body. You can turn the AC on, off, put it in eco mode. You can adjust the strength by using this little button in the middle, and you can adjust whether you want it 3-zone or sync. And I really like how you've got the numbers in the middle here. It looks really cool as well. And then under here, we have our drive select button, our auto stop on off, our traction control, and our parking. And this will turn off the infotainment system display. If we go into parking, you can see we've got our 360 camera as well. That is what you can see in front of you in terms of the driver. To the side of the steering wheel, we've got our light controls here. We've got our door locks. We've got our opening for the doors. We've got our typical Audi, very nice quality switches here. We've got a boot opener or trunk opener. And then we've got our Bang & Olufsen speaker system in this particular car. We've got our start stop button. We've got a 12-volt for charging. We've got one USB type A there. And down here, because there's no swivel wheel, we have a little compartment you can put your stuff in. So that's interesting. And then we've got our gear stick control. This is automatic or S-tronic. We've got our auto hold, and then our parking brake. We've got a little compartment there you can put your key. And then this is the infotainment volume up and down. Just looking to the side here, we've got a little compartment here. I've put some cables in here, but there is a USB type C in there. And this will also, depending on the model of car, you can get charging in there, wireless charging in there. And then looking around the car, these are the Alcantara and leather sports seats. You've got Alcantara on the inserts of the door. This is the black edition, so it's got piano black as well on the inside of the car. We've got a frameless mirror. And then up here we have our lights and SOS button, and this is where your microphone is for your Bluetooth as well. The air vents down here, by the way, go all the way across. The bits in the middle are the bits that move, not the bits here. This does not move. This is just to continue the same look across. And then we got nice soft plastic here. As I mentioned before, Bang & Olufsen speakers up here. There's another speaker here on the side. So really nice interior, no complaints here. Looks really nice and very comfortable. And definitely by updating the infotainment system, they've got a big improvement over the previous generation, pre-facelift, because it had a much smaller display and this now looks much more modern. Welcome to the new 2021 Audi A4 facelift. This car started off much smaller. Over time, it's got bigger and larger. Same with all car manufacturers. This used to be more in line with the size of an A3, and now it's more in line with the size of an A6, and the A6 is more like an A8. But as it's got bigger, Audi have kept to its truth, to its core purpose, which is to be a car that exists, that can fit plenty of people in it, can be used by an executive, can be used by a family, has the technology that you would expect, and is comfortable and easy and safe to drive. And there's no doubt that the suspension on this car feels that. Going over the speed bumps here in the UK and over the holes in the road, the potholes, which are many and vast, is very, very easy to get shaken about. I don't feel them in this A4. Even going over massive holes in the road, I can barely feel them. That's a huge advantage if you live in a country where the roads aren't that great, and it shows how good the suspension is in the standard A4. Ultimately, the A4 is about comfort and style and getting to where you need to go in safety. And this car delivers on all fronts with the latest new technology, a massive touchscreen with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and if you spec it, stuff like the 360 camera and the driver's assistant package. This car can have it all depending on how you want to have your car. And if you're looking for a car in this size, then I would strongly recommend you check out one of these at your nearest dealer. So what do I think about this car? It's a fantastic car. It's got all the latest technology. If you spec it, I'd strongly recommend the 360 camera, but really it's up to you to decide what works best for you. I'm giving you the information which hopefully you found helpful, and if you did, then please like this video. Please, if you have any questions, don't forget to leave a comment down below, and if you really want to see more of these kinds of videos, please subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much everyone, and stay safe.